Hey everyone, happy Thursday. We've officially wrapped up Unit 8, so we're going to get started here with reviewing. So, obviously, if you look at the schedule, we are here, last day of April, and now until Tuesday, May 19th, which is your exam, we are going to be doing some different review activities. So, the Unit 4 through 7 vocab packet that's going to be due by 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday. So between those two review packets, you should have refreshed your memory on some of the most important vocab. And now what we'll do today and tomorrow is focus on Unit 1. When we get into next week, we'll talk about Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. We'll spend 2 days on Unit 5 because that's a big one. And then next week, we'll do 2 on Unit 6 as well because that tends to be an important one too. And then Unit 7, since we went over that not that long ago, we don't have to cover it too much. And then that should set you up to be in pretty good shape for your AP exam. The review activities we're going to do are going to kind of vary. Sometimes it'll be just a straight practice FRQ, which is what you'll do tomorrow. Sometimes it'll be where I do like a quick crash course on the unit, really go over some of the main vocab terms. But no, you can be doing extra work on your own as well. So I just wanted to go yesterday. You watched the video that should have gave you the information regarding kind of the logistics of your exam and how you're going to do that online. So I just wanted to go over some of the more specific parts in reference to what your AP psychology exam will look like. And most of you have already looked at this, hopefully, so it should be a quick review. So you're going to have 25 minutes for the first FRQ. Now, technically, you have 30 minutes, right? If you watch the video, it said you're going to have 30 minutes, but they're going to encourage you with 5 minutes left to start submitting. Especially a lot of you said you're either going to do it by hand and take a picture, right? If you're going to do that, that's going to take a while. So leaving yourself 5 minutes is a good idea. But even like copying and pasting over from a Google Doc, that's going to take a little bit of time. So technically, you have 30 minutes, but I would spend 25 minutes actually reading the prompt and then answering the question. And then I would leave that 5 minutes at the end to make sure you have time to submit. Remember, if you submitted early, you still have to wait the full 30 minutes until you start the second question. If you do not submit the first question by the end of that 30 minutes, you get 0 points. So, right, get it in there rather than trying to squeeze in one last point or something like that. Just make sure you get it turned in. The second FRQ is going to be 15 minutes and then the 5 minutes to turn it in. So technically 20 minutes with the 5 minutes there to turn it in. So the first FRQ is going to be assessing your ability to apply concepts from Unit 1 through 7. So that'll be a lot of what we focus on is the application, looking at Unit 1 through 7. And then the second FRQ is going to focus specifically on analyzing psychological research, and that's all from Unit 1, specifically the research methods, which today and tomorrow is going to be what you focus on. Because Unit 1, the other part of Unit 1 is really the perspectives, and Unit 8 did a good job of reviewing those, and a lot of you did a good job of applying the perspectives in your research project. So I'm not feeling like we need to go over that too much. Is it true that the test is open notes? Yes, it is, which tells me that the first FRQ is going to really only grade you on your application of the terms to the specific prompt, right? I still suggest that you follow the IDA format, but I would just quickly define it. And that's why if you have the review packets open, right, you can quickly jump in there, do, right, Control F, and then you can do find in the document, operational definition, right? You type it in, pulls it right to you, and then you're good to go. All right, so that's one suggestion I'd give you is have up those review packets, have Control F ready to go, control rather than scrolling through everything, right? You're short on time, so you want to be quick. So hit Control F and find that right away. And then open notes does not mean collaboration. So, you can use your cell phone to Google stuff. I would actually suggest, unless you're, taking a picture of your handwritten FRQ, I would really just keep your cell phone away from you, because if you have your Chromebook, you're doing and you're typing it up, you shouldn't really have to use your phone at all. That would just be my suggestion. But make sure you're not communicating with anyone else. All right, be good people like that. So here are my suggestions. Prepare as if the exam was not open notes. Because you have a very short amount of time, it's not wise to sit there and try and flip through all your notes. I think I should double check, but I think the first question is going to be 8 different terms. So if you break down your time there, let's say 25 minutes, let's say, right, you have to read the question, so that probably gets you closer to 20 minutes. So you're looking at about 3 minutes per term, right? So you're going to have to be moving pretty quick here. So prepare as if you're not going to be using your notes, because it'd be much nicer just to look there, be like, hey, I know all 8 of these, and just roll with it. Going off of that, the second part, focus on the parts you know first, then use your notes to help with terms you are unfamiliar with. So, like, for example, in that first question, if you have 8 terms and you feel really good about 6 of them, do those 6 terms first. Then, with that extra time, you can then go look up the terms you don't feel very confident about. Because you're short on time, be quick and to the point. Quick and to the point with your writing. Like I said, still follow the IDA format, but remember the points will come from applications, not the definition. Write a quick definition and then focus on applying. Put yourself in a distraction-free environment where you have solid Wi-Fi for uploading and you can plug in your Chromebook. Just to be safe, I would plug it in so you're good to go. Have your review methods cheat sheet with you. So that's actually something we're going to do today, is make a little cheat sheet on a piece of paper, right? So you have that just sitting right next to you, because for sure question 2 is going to be all about research methods. So having all those terms written down and having an understanding of them will be good. So you can just reference that. And then throughout the unit here, throughout the time we're reviewing, I'm going to encourage you to put terms that you struggle with on that cheat sheet as well. So once again, you can have that cheat sheet. If you have like your notebook, that would be good. And then obviously, if you have those review packets up, that should be good. And then the link here takes you to the YouTube channel. That's very helpful, especially if you're like, I really struggle with this part. You can go find specific videos that review those. So obviously, if you have any questions about the exam, make sure you email me. A lot of you did that yesterday, and we, clarified some things and fixed some issues, so that was good. So what you're going to do today is, on a piece of notebook paper or any piece of paper that you are going to keep track of until your exam, we're going to do a Unit 1 Research Methods Terms to Know cheat sheet. So like I said, this will be very nice to just have sitting right there with you, so you can just read the question, look at your little cheat sheet, and then roll from there. So write this on a piece of notebook paper and then hold on to it. What you are going to do is go through and write definitions, and then also I give you some questions that help get into more in depth with those. So we have the different types of research methods, experiments, which are very important. We have the different correlational studies and then related terms, survey research, naturalistic observation, case studies, longitudinal study, cross-sectional study. So define those on a piece of paper. The other suggestion I give you there, maybe highlight the terms or bold them, circle them, do something, right, so you can draw your attention to them. Experimental design, probably going to be a big part of the question. So make sure you understand what a hypothesis is, how to identify it, and then also how to write one. Operational definition, which goes along with independent variable and dependent variable, confounding variable, and then how do you control for those confounding variables. We have the placebo effect, single blind procedure, double blind procedure, experimental groups versus control groups. Statistical analysis, I would say probably from here, what would be the most important would be correlation coefficient would probably be the most important to know, and statistical significance. And then you have the ethical guidelines and research. And this is something, right? Like if you feel like you have a pretty good understanding of what informed consent means, you can just write down informed consent. If you feel like you know confidentiality, just, the ones you feel like you need an actual definition of, go ahead, but still have them written down because they're helpful, or it's nice just to be able to reference them. So that's what you're doing today, is you're going to create that research methods cheat sheet. And then what I want you to do is snap a photo of it, attach that to Google Classroom in the classwork by 11:59 p.m. And then just real quick, there's a Google form check-in as well. It's just 5 questions, actually six questions that are specific to research methods. So looking to see how well you do with breaking down some different aspects of psychological research. And if you have extra time, work on your vocab. Tomorrow we're going to do a FRQ on research methods. So I'll do a little video where I give you some tips on the best ways to attack that research methods FRQ, which is your second question and the one you have shorter time with. So being able to get right into that will be good. Other than that, if you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day. Make the most out of it.